Welcome to the wonderful world of FCTV's Poetic License, March 2025. This is an open mic where we share live, original poetry, prose, and acoustic music. My name is Donna Shear, and I am so happy to be your host. Tonight, the suggested theme is spring. Right now in the FCTV Media Center at 310 Dillingham Avenue in Falmouth, right now the exhibit is Ocean's Palette, the ever-changing canvas. And the artwork is by a duo named Adria Kate Artistry. It will be displayed from March 10th through April 27th. Adria Kate Artistry is a creative mother-daughter duo on Cape Cod who specialize in ocean-inspired resin and acrylic art. Founded by Kate Catherine Dalton, a cosmetic surgeon on the Cape, and her daughter Adria, their work reflects a shared passion for the sea. The public is invited to a reception with the artists on Sunday, March 23rd from 3 to 5 p.m. Oh, please join us for this gallery premiere. I also want to mention the bi-monthly program Falmouth in Focus on FCTV. If you're new to Falmouth and looking to find out more about our town, or if you've been in town a long time like I have, Falmouth in Focus always has interesting takes on what's going on. It can be enjoyed on FCTV website, fct.org, and on Channel 6. And now, on with the show. Hey there, performers. You know how thrilled I always am to see you here today. There's a 4-minute, give or take, time limit today. I'll introduce you by name, but please repeat your name before you begin. So I'm going to start us off. And I had a dream recently about my best friend from junior high school. And I got in touch with her and I said, I'm going to write a poem for you, not about the dream. I'll tell you what the dream was, but I'm going to write a poem about a memory that I have of something we did together. And so this is the dedicated poem to Diane Fowler Yamini. It's called Kindred. Kindred, for Diane. We scuff to the winter cabin through new snow. A half moon gleams like a platinum cup, pouring night over our heads. Your father's job is to light a fire in the potbelly stove, where a critter has built a nest in the flue. Black clouds of smoke billow inside 4 small walls. We run outside where the air smells clean of winter greenness, between sentinels of sweet birch, Virginia pine, and hickory. Your mother's job is to cook supper. Warm comfort stirred over a crackling wood stove. Our job is to collect water from the slow-moving river. We chip and chip through silver ice, take sip after chilly sip until our bellies ache. Before bed, we creep through the crinkle of ice-tipped bushes to the outhouse. Something furry, small, scurries in front of us. We startle and shriek. And then zipped into sleeping bags, we whisper and giggle until excitement turns to the soft sounds of dreamy sleep. Your family has become my family. The parents who never fight over small potatoes, and a sister who never resents me. And that's my poem called Kindred. Thank you so much. Let's see. John Jackson, you are up next. I I adore your limericks. I hope you have lots of them.
On this day of equinox vernal, renew your dreams, spring hopes eternal. My name is John Jackson, and I do write limericks. Limericks of protest is my handle on the web, and that's what I do. Mostly politically inspired, and oh boys, there have been a lot of inspiration. However, this one was inspired by daylight savings time. During winter, there's not enough light. Changing clocks rearranges the plight. But think of the boon to use sun's local noon. Then our sundials will always be right. Title: Where is Sean Connery when we need him? Zillionaires trying to abscond get comeuppance from Bond, James Bond. This time looks like M won't go after them. Bezos has Bond Amazoned. Introduce a new character, Mux, spelled M-U-X, because X is his favorite letter. Mux's emails said Feds should speak of 5 things that they did in the week. I'd be at a loss to get that from my boss. Macromanagement is a tool of the weak. A Pentagon loyalty test, whether implied or expressed, will have end result more like that of a cult than an army that should be the best. A successful political tool, entertainment value of cruel. This ethical quagmire will eventually backfire when the citizens decide it's not cool.
It's not cool.
That citizen has spoken. A fire sale is what they require to get all that they want to acquire. Their plan so far, son, metaphorical arson, lighting more metaphorical fire. As the stock market goes on the skidder, something we have to consider, if we get the option, America at auction, who will be the highest bidder? One of their favorite tricks, throwing poo to see where it sticks. Most certainly all does not stick to the wall, but we still will have poo on the bricks. The only person who laughed out loud was Donna, okay? Poo humor works with Donna. It's difficult finding the humor, the decision faced by Chuck Schumer. Either way, lose or lose, and all of the news would spread Dems shut it down as a rumor. Got migrants we don't want anymore. Preserving human rights is a chore. Wartime paraphernalia? Send them back to Venezuela by declaring an undeclared war. Golden age economy, more or less, means some folks get more, I guess. Not a zero-sum game, but still all the same, I bet many of us will get less. The felon, of course, holds a grudge against constitutionally competent judge. I've said squash is a sport that gets played in a court, but Chief Justice Roberts won't budge. This one is actually this afternoon's news. Cybertrucks rolling doorstops, so-called, every one of them being recalled. Held together, it's true, with inferior glue. Were I stuck with one, I'd be appalled. And a little bit of what to do. Distracting the death of democracy, hidden by heaps of hypocrisy. Citizens insist, resist, and persist, and autocorrect the autocracy. Thank you.
Thank you, John. That was awesome. So prolific. Bond, Amazoned. I never thought I'd hear that in a poem. Skitter, consider, bitter, just amazing. Also, for those of you out in our watching area, John, you might recognize him as being a solstice singer from this last holiday season. He's also going to be in the one of the current Theater Guild productions, so look for him on the stage. And now his lovely wife, Ellen Todd. Ellen, I hope you'll tell a little bit about your book as a preface.
Yeah, I did speak about my book last week and my progress of writing it and researching my ancestors. And one of the stories that I really liked that's going to be in the second book about my great-great-great-grandmother was when she had been widowed and remarried and moved to a new area. And she went walking through the woods in the spring. So I'm sticking with the theme for the night. And she wrote to her sister and said, I've just come back from a trudge through the hills and the woods looking for some flowers, and I couldn't find a single one. The good people here don't seem to have much use for those. I'm going to have to do something about that. And I've always loved that about her. I can identify that with a lot. But from that, I'm going to talk about what I really wrote for tonight rather than just temporizing and speaking ad lib. Thank you, Donna, for teaching me that I can do that. I was writing about spring before I even realized that was the theme for tonight. I was also thinking about a series that's been happening at the Unitarian Church on reality. They're kind of in the middle of that series. And John's actually going to be doing the next one next Wednesday night, talking about the reality of measurement. I wrote about the reality of spring, and this is not going to be part of the UU presentation series. This is your only chance to see it. Spring, what is it really? I recently learned that there are two different definitions of spring. Our traditional date for the first day of spring, March 20th, today when we're doing this recording, is astronomical spring, based on the position of Earth in relation to the sun. There is also meteorological spring, based on the annual temperature cycle. I never knew about that one until recently. That spring began on March 1 and ends on May 31st. June 1 is when summer begins. But what is the reality of spring? I think spring doesn't have to be about the dates. It can be one's attitude, looking for signs that winter's gray days, snow, cold rain, and ice will soon be gone. Spring is a sense of hope for something better. I see signs of spring long before the calendar tells us that spring has arrived. The air smells different when the earth is awakening. The fragrance of fertile earth comes and goes as the weather warms and then chills again, until finally the fragrance of spring and early blooms linger for a few weeks. Swans return to the pond at the end of our road, and we see them start to make and tend a nest. Migratory birds reappear. Ospreys soar overhead, and red-winged blackbirds, bluebirds, sparrows, and robins join the cardinals, crows, and squirrels who are year-round residents around our bird feeder. As these changes happen, there are other signs of spring. First are the witch hazels blooming in shades of yellow, orange, and red, and snowdrops that send their leaf blades through the snow, followed by crisp white bell-shaped flowers as early as February. Then the skunk cabbage emerges from the earth, the dark maroon leaves curling around an inconspicuous flower. I used to paint with an older woman who made the most glorious paintings of skunk cabbage. She saw colors and got the shape of those perfectly. I didn't know these colors existed in a skunk cabbage until I started paying attention after seeing Nancy's paintings. I'm lucky to have one of them. I'm still learning to notice the beauty in this underappreciated harbinger of spring. But crocus hellebores, and primrose are much more prized in our gardens, and they soon come to bring welcome color after the grays of winter. I've long thought that spring begins when I have flowers blooming in the yard. I've even argued this point with people who rigidly stick to the calendar definition, but I don't care what the calendar says. If the early flowers are showing, it must be spring. So I have planted witch hazel, hellebore, primroses, and a few scraggly snowdrops, and 3 small clusters of crocus. The others were eaten by chipmunks. I plan to add more snowdrops in a better spot. Mine are too often covered with a blanket of oak leaves that blow in after we're done with yard maintenance for the year. I might also plant more crocuses and hope that our neighbor's cat will prevent the chipmunks from digging these up yet again. Seeing these early signs of spring, even if it's well before the official start of spring, is a sign of hope. I think we can all use a little more hope. I intend to plant as much hope as I can this year.
Thank you, Ellen. I'm glad that's your mission. And I loved all the signs of spring you talked about. It's really, I haven't been getting out as much as I would like, and I need to get out and watch. Although I did have a friend call me this week and say, the whales are back. We need to go on a whale watch. So I'm looking forward to that sign of spring, too. Thank you. And now, also, dang chipmunks. Um, Now, Sue Beth Carlson is going to entertain us with some beautiful poems and a song. Awesome. Go for it.
Oh, no, I've got it. I got it. All right. I have a few poems and then a little surprise with music. This was written in 2021, but I feel like I just wrote it today. It's called Uncivil War. We're in the midst of an ideological uncivil war, where the very devil that is feared by the end times prophesiers is the devil they are embracing. There are many misguided or self-serving followers that do not yet realize that they have either sold their soul or given it up to his compelling disguise of righteous indignation wrapped in fury. Why are they doing this? Fear. Fear of losing stolen power, instead of fear of losing the authentic power of who we truly are. Do the ends justify the means? The ends never end, and the means are so mean. The means will be our end if this is allowed to continue. And this is called The Forest for the Trees. I listen to the global explainers, the people who see the big picture and are exquisitely aware of its resonance in every minute detail. They do see the forest for the trees, and each tree. They feel the thirst of each root for justice, the longing of the leaves for light. They know the growth expands in slow but steady circles, rings of promise to the future. And they also see how quickly that growth can be stopped by raging fires of anger and droughts that desiccate the flowing waters of compassion. They see that swirling storms of confusion and fear live even in the calm centers of their own indifference. And they know that broken branches are not just haircuts resurrecting healthy growth, that these storms bring loss of limbs and can even completely uproot them from their forest home. And still, in this more fertile, rich brown medium for growth, born in the decay of things, they continue to form their circles of compassion. Still, they root for justice and reach for light. I think now that I'm talking about light, I'm going to read this extra poem that I thought of because of what Ellen read to us today. It's called Wintering, but it's about another season in the end. This winter is different. This is the winter of my discontent. It is the winter of my content. Large fallen branches of life are strewn in my backyard. The tall oak and once vibrant maple trees still stand, now quiet, barren, and also filled with naked possibility. In the front yard, a little bird builds its nest right near the doorway between nature and the human world. Burning bushes are not vibrant, appear partly consumed, yet their essence is not consumed at all. It shines through the energy of the transition through the fall. And as I live in gratitude for all that in this present moment is inside my human home, I anticipate the unfolding of glorious and as yet unseen new growth that always seems to spring forth from the reawakening of bare branches in the green and flowering season to come. And I actually experienced what I speak of in this next poem. And it wasn't like my usual lucid daydreams, pondering thoughts in my head, nor was it like night dreams that confusingly merge videos I just watched with childhood memories and recent interactors with, say, a toaster or a person in my life. For the first time in my almost 68 years, I didn't recognize any feeling or image related to my own life in these dreams. This poem is a template for whatever you are experiencing in this seemingly surreal time in which we live. See in it what you will. It's called The Space Between. In the space between dreaming and waking, all things are possible, and I am there to watch them unfold. Images appear, arise, and melt back into my consciousness by dissolving into darkness and light. They are people and places I have never seen. They rarely speak. Sometimes I see them in a vignette of life, walking, working, dancing. It's like watching part of a preview from a movie, only it really happened or will happen, but I don't know all the details. It is in these moments I feel I have entered a portal where messages are sent and received, where time and distance are not relevant, where all things are possible, and I am there to watch them unfold. When it's time to get up, what will I do? And now, I'm going to ask Donna to come up here with me. Can you bring a chair so that we can both use this mic? This is called Turning Tides, and soon I'm going to ask some other people to come up and sing with us. Ready? Yeah. Heal the water, heal the land, heal the hearts in holding hands. Hear the ocean, taste the trees, see the wind and feel the breeze. Douse the fire to glowing warm and soothe the water's raging storm. Tides are turning day by day, and we can ride them either way. All right, one more time. Everybody come on up. Heal the water, heal the land, heal the hearts in holding hands. Hear the ocean, taste the trees, see the wind and feel the breeze. Douse the fire to glowing warm and soothe the water's raging storm. Tides are turning day by day, and we can ride them either way. And so
That
can
wasn't
you.
bad for not having practice together.
Turning tides.
Oh, and here, I don't know if you want to get this picture that goes with the wintering poem. Or if maybe we can get it later when we're done. So I'm just holding it up in case one of you can, you know how to do a close-up? Later. Okay. I just want to let everybody know I'm going to be doing a series of labyrinth walks across the Cape, and I'll just tell you where and when they'll be. It's called Thriving in Changing Times. One is going to be at the Chatham Labyrinth off Shattuck Road behind the windmill, and it's going to be on April 23rd at 5 p.m. It's hosted by the Center for the Spiritual Journey. The next one will be April 27th at 12 p.m. at Unity on Cape Cod at 147 Walton Avenue, which is at the Route 28 exit from where Trader Joe's is. Walton Avenue is opposite that. So that will be 12 o'clock on April 27th at Unity on Cape Cod. And then the next one, I'll announce again next time too, that one's going to be June 7th at Meeting House Farm in Barnstable at their Woodland Labyrinth. It's just the beautiful set in the woods. That will be at 11 a.m. on June 7th, again at Meeting House Farm in Barnstable. Thank you.
And breathe out love. We have Wayne Stook next. It's my great joy to see Wayne at different places where we both end up singing, making music, and this is always a treat. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you. I've just realized that what could have been put to music is not necessary. I was just afraid of what I was writing and how controversial it might be. So it drove me nuts. And I have all the music, and I could stress and wonder if it makes sense with music. I'm just going to read it for a change. It's almost spring, and Donald is king. If you want to influence the prez, it's big money and kiss the ring. So, you've answered a form stating how you do your job rightly. 3 days later, you and 1,500 others are fired as fast as lightning. Donald says the government is getting too big and it's way too costly. Then a CNN reporter asks for explanations regarding odd decisions that have been made. Pumpkinhead says, "That's a bad question, and you're a bad person, and an embarrassment to your trade." Oh yes, pretty blonde reporter in the back from the Fourth Reich. From Fox News. We can make more money by sticking really big tariffs on our best friends. Yes, reporter, I guess, up front. Sir, economists say that tariff wars are not like casino bets or a lucky coin flip. Modern tariff wars never work for happy ends. The pumpkin retorts, "Bad? Who the hell are you? Next? Real?" Sir, Kate Collins, MSNBC. Ugh. Diseases are spreading. Wait, Kate. RFK, Bobby, you want to handle this one, please?
Well, diseases are spreading, but epidemics are way around the bend. I'd avoid the vaccine, take a lot of vitamin A, and of course pray.
Sir, CNN, the stock market is plummeting, many losing loads of money 4 consecutive days.
Well, some will get hurt, but some, like my friends, are buying losing stocks cheaper on those days.
Old Pumpkinhead retorts,
Well, Canada, I'll make it the 51st state, and then we'll annex Greenland, Panama Canal, and a piece of the Ukraine too, in just a few days. God bless the USA.
This will be no challenge to Pumpkinhead with the low IQ and a staff of unqualified for any job they do. I'm sure they'll rise up in a crisis, and if they fail, they'll blame you and you and you and you. Well, it says, on our money, in God we trust, so we damn well better hope it's true. Thank you.
Well said, Wayne. And you know what? I'm glad that you spoke it rather than use the music. It could actually be turned into a play. And, think about that. But you speak truth. Thank you. And now we have, uh, every once in a while, we get a friend that we've seen before on FCTV's Poetic License who is unable to join us live in the studio. And tonight we have Morgane Huntress and her cool doggy. She's going to be, she sent a video in, and she will be our +1 for the evening. So we're going to run that tape now.
Namaste. My name is Morgane Huntress. My pronouns are she, they. I'm a small-framed, light-skinned person wearing a large-brimmed black bonnet, a dark blue zip-up hoodie, and red-tinted spectacles. I'm sitting in my manual wheelchair, and Calliope, my service dog in training, is resting in my lap. Tonight, I offer you 2 original pieces, Be You and Go. I hope you enjoy them. Be yourself, for who you are is the best to be by far. The world is full of many, true, but in it, there's only one of you. Even multis, same day born from mum, their spark's unique. That's right, my chum. Some may share lots, but I promise you, we've all got differences. We do. Some like short hair, some like long. Some like no hair and a song. Some like quiet. Some like noise. Some like fairies. Some cowboys. Some like things busy. They go, go, go. Whilst others like to take things slow. Some like it hot, some others not. So many sums there are, a lot. The world becomes a sad, dull place if we don't seek to embrace all the sums across the land with a gentle smile and an open hand. Let's all try to understand. Let's celebrate diversity, accept the sum in you and me. Aim for kindness and for trust. Don't fulfill your wanderlust. Learn and learn and learn some more. This diverse world's fun to explore. So show your you. I'll show mine too. I want to see more sums, don't you? Let's make a place where you and I can be ourselves with strength and pride. You simply don't know what you might do until you attempt it. At least in my life 'tis true. Think of the challenged, told they could, should, or would not. Those who persevered, who gave life their best shot. They oft succeed far beyond what was thought. Their talents all lost, had they not gone out and got. What you do may not be massive, it may only reach a few. And though disappointing, some may think that it's taboo. You may fall along the way, but bruises heal. You'll be okay. Just keep on keeping on, my love. You've got to stretch to reach above. Don't assume you know the ending of your short life's tale. The waters may get choppy. You may have to trek off trail. This is how new paths are paved by the brave and tiny few who have the chutzpah to explore. They find new ways to see and do. There's oft another way to go. You won't know until you try. Do it now, my lovely, for on the morrow you may die. If you possess inside of you that magic spark, creator's due, no souls will be touched by you if you do not go out and do. So, let me here encourage you. Those big dreams, go on, pursue. Don't feel sad when you are due. Now is the time to go and do.
Morgane, thank you so much. Okay, we're going to, this is the end of the show, almost. Oh my goodness. Because we are live taping this show on the first day of spring, the authentic first day of spring, I decided to read a poem that I wrote about springtime, and it's called Edge of Spring. Edge of Spring. I see the small red buds pouting like rouged lips from the branch tips, still weeks away from becoming fully red and pink Japanese fans, kicking licks of black and yellow from their flowery centers. The branches twist, encrusted with morning gleam, trimmed thin yet sturdy enough to hold the squirrel, who is still foolishly buttoned in his bulky gray coat, itching and twitching to get on with the acorn hunt. And the sweet-faced chickadee alights on her twiggy legs, eyeing the branch for breakfast. Like my thoughts, she flitters away along the edge of springtime. That's my spring song. Thank you. This edited performance will be shown on FCTV's Channel 6, on YouTube, as well as Roku and Apple TVs. Friends out there, if you would like to be a performer on Poetic License, oh please, join us. It's going to be, the next one is April 24th is the tentative scheduling. The theme will be Earth, because Earth Day begins in the month of April. You can sign up to be a performer by sending a text to our producer, Tony Sedera. His email is tony@fctv.org, or you can simply come to the studio here on Dillingham Avenue and enjoy being an audience member. Thank you again, Tony, for your help. Thanks to the camera crew. And thank you, performers. We always love that you come with your bravery and your creative ideas. And we hope to see you again next time. So until we meet again, peace and shine on, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.